one of his best punches of the fight. He knows it. He's trying to follow up right now.
Let's go.
Wright in a guard mode. Williams throws 8 punches in a row.
Come on. Let's go. Let him out, Winky. Let him go. Let's go. Come on, get him out. Let's go. Break. Let him out. Let's go. Work out. The angle free, let go. Get him out. Let's go. Come on, work out. Come on, bring out. Let's go.
Emmanuel, people have compared his body to that of Tommy Hearns.
No.
If you had wanted him to, could Tommy have achieved a work rate like this?
No. This I was just thinking myself, Jim. This is unbelievable to see a man throw punches like this, even if he was a short jab, but to have a tall guy, really to me, he's like 6'3", to be able to throw this many punches, because most tall fighters, they tire. Tommy was a more physical, he was a little much stronger upper body, and was a much more devastating puncher.
Bigger hitter, much bigger hitter.
If Tommy was landing punches with the freedom that he's in, this fight would have been over. But Tommy didn't have that type of stamina, hardly anyone. Ray Leonard was one of the few fighters that I know that had great stamina, but he was built that way, but not to be tall like this.
Winky Wright has landed some very solid right hooks in this round, but they get lost in the shuffle against the constant onslaught of punches from Williams.
You're beautiful. You're working beautiful. You're not letting him in. Deep breath. You're working beautiful, Paul. Okay? Hey,
yeah.
Give me a rinse on this. Paul, now you got him. Where he have absolutely no legs, he have absolutely no what power he had, he don't even have back. Okay? But now what I want you to
when he backs up a good strong jab, left hand, and keep working and ripping that body. That was a good round for you right there.
Right.
Caught him with some good
stuff.
Yes.
Guys, it's fine. Yeah. No problem.
Here's Williams.
Even though they're fighting at close range, you still see Williams just pushing too much, forcing his way through Winky.
Is Dan Birmingham, Winky's trainer, in denial? Or is he just trying to pump up Winky Wright?
That's hard to pump up anyone with a guy like this, like Paul Williams. He's punching. He's not really a big puncher, but he throws so many punches. And he has upper body movement, which is amazing. Like twists, pivots, in close, outside, and you never know what angle the punches are coming from.
Now here's what Larry was talking about, incidentally. Birmingham said to Winky, that was a good round for you. You did well. CompuBox numbers, Wright was 9 of 40. Williams was 29 of 93. The 29 is a high number of connects in the fight for Williams, and I think his connects are becoming more solid, Emmanuel. He's finding the target a little bit more clearly in the last round and a half.
Is it important, Emmanuel, to give your fighter some hope?
I think
in this situation?
But also you need to be honest with it. I always try to be honest with the fighters, even though some of them don't like it. But I would tell them at this stage, I would say this stage here, you're behind Winky. You know, you had a better round. Didn't think you maybe won it, but you got to punch with full power. Now, we're not going to win a decision in this fight. So just conserve your punches and punch with full power when you do punch. Because we're losing the fight.
Wright has been in with some excellent jabbers through the course of his career. And already in 8+ rounds, Williams has landed more jabs than anyone ever landed on Wright. And now here comes a potential rising tide again for Williams.
Winky is hoping that the kid punches himself out, but the kid seems to have an endless supply at his disposal.
That's exactly what his plans was. You can see in the beginning, which is why he won most of his fights. He had great defense. He'd make guys throw out 5 punches to his 1, and then he came on at 10, but it hasn't happened tonight.
The loss to Carlos Quintana came immediately following the huge win over Antonio Margarito. And while Quintana deserves credit for flummoxing Williams with a great fight plan that night, Williams made his point when he knocked Quintana out in 1 round for revenge a few months later. So he doesn't have an unbeaten record, but he did avenge his only loss by first-round KO against a pretty decent fighter.
This is a really good fight. I've been watching Winky Wright fight since his first fight, 1990. I was there. And I saw him fight in London. I've been over in Paris when he's fought in a lot of cases, and I've watched it. Never saw him fight with this kind of determination, probably since he fought with Jermaine Taylor. He fought a great fight with Shane Mosley, but never with the intensity the way he's trying to fight tonight. This is a rough fight.
This is a better crowd than we anticipated. We don't know how many tickets have been sold, perhaps a few thousand. We know that the police and the fire people here in Las Vegas have gotten a bunch of freebies. And surprisingly, Vegas was pretty crowded this weekend because of the Easter spring break. A lot of families. And we've been told that a number of people used to going to Mexico in the Southwest and the West this week have decided that Vegas is a safer place.
Keep pumping that jab real strong and let that left hand go more. You got to let your hands go more. Move your head on the inside.
We go to round 10. Winky Wright has fought past the 10th round 20 times in his career. Williams only twice. Williams runs out of the corner and tries to nail Wright with a surprise left hand. That doesn't work, so he follows it up with about 15, 20 other punches. Wright trying to seize an opportunity to counter here, but eventually just gets overwhelmed by all the activity and has to hold his guard up.
I cannot believe the volume of punches and the speed that Paul Williams is punching at in such a tremendous fight the way that he's been doing all night. It's almost impossible for a tall guy to do that.
Harold, how do you have it through 9?
Okay, Jim, 8 rounds to 1. 89, 82, Paul Williams. Jim, I think he's giving him an old-fashioned beating. I got to tell you, Paul Williams constantly landing that right hand. Winky can't hit him because Paul Williams moves his head constantly, and Winky misses him. Winky covering up like that, you know, when he's got his hands high like that, his elbows in tight, he can't punch. Be as it may, based on clean punching and good defense, 8-1, Paul Williams.
You see there, he throws a left hand over the top, then he takes the same hand and brings it up between the gloves. And, you know, especially when you're tired like Winky is now, it's hard to think and to be able to have the coordination to deal with those punches coming from so many different angles.
Well, he's still trying. He knows that everything is at stake here for him.
Winky's fighting, as I said earlier, a very determined fight, and based on his performance in this fight, I never thought of saying I'm anxious to see him fight again.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well, if he don't have a Paul Williams in there, believe me, he's not no slouch. I think as a 154, 60 pound, he's fighting a very good fight. This is just such a weird guy, that unusually talented man in Paul Williams.
Even the people in Winky's corner saw this as a crossroads fight. Dan Birmingham reportedly told his fighter, you need to sell out. This is everything to you. Because if you do not win this fight, it's unlikely you're going to see another big marquee with the name Winky Wright on it.
The only question I'm finding about Paul Williams, as a middleweight,